Yo, what's up? Welcome back to Alpha Central. I'm your host, Jack, and today we're taking a look at when strong and independent women don't need no man. But let's jump right in, right after you subscribe, of course. Disclaimer, this video was made for strictly comedic/artistic purposes. No offense is intended towards any individual featured in this video.
What's your message to straight, white, conservative men?
Listen to minorities, listen to women, listen to people who are trying to educate you. Don't live in ignorance just because it's easy.
What is a woman?
That sounds like a loaded.
How are we gonna listen if you're not going to give us an answer? Why would you keep going when you can hear and see the train? She should just start taking public transportation from now on.
Okay, one more. I knew it. It's gonna break. Damn it. Well, that don't work now.
This is just some average, strong and independent woman behavior, but in this case, she might need a man.
Okay, did you guys know, and maybe I'm just stupid, okay? Air goes between the tire and the rim. It doesn't go in the rubber of the tire. Because this whole time, I thought you were supposed to put air in the rubber. Look at this tire. The air goes in this space, not in this actual rubber. Can you believe that?
What? How? How do you make it this far without knowing that?
What would you guys do to meet Taylor Swift? Craziest thing you would do?
Divorce my husband. Sorry, I love you, but divorce my husband.
You don't love your husband enough if you're willing to break things off with him to meet a random woman who doesn't care about you at all. She might do better with a bike if you ask me. It might be a bit more manageable for her.
California restaurant had ladies' night, and a radical leftist is suing them for gender discrimination. He won the lawsuit. Ladies' night is not only done forever, the restaurant can't afford the lawsuit and has to shutter its doors.
Customers are enjoying one last cocktail, one more meal at Lima.
It's just sad. It's just so sad.
The family-run restaurant in downtown Concord has been around for nearly 9 years and is now set to close permanently at the end of the month.
I mean, I love this place.
The owner telling us they haven't been able to fully bounce back from the cost of settling a recent discrimination lawsuit related to discounting drinks for women on its ladies' night.
A frivolous lawsuit that took us down, and it's these ambulance chasing lawyers.
Several similar lawsuits have been filed throughout the country, taking aim at variations of ladies' night.
Done. Lawsuit. Bam. Lawyer got rich. Ladies, no more half-price appetizers or drinks. Who is to blame for this? The people that say men and women are exactly equal.
So not only are the ladies missing out on a good deal, but now we have bars and restaurants shutting down. I guess inflation won't be going anywhere anytime soon.
Y'all want to see real talent? Then go somewhere else.
I mean, it does take real talent to mess that up. I'm just giving them credit where credit is due.
I am a woman. Of course I know how to do an oil change.
Are ya sure about that? Because to me, it does not seem like that.
Can't even trust a woman to cut the grass nowadays. How have you managed that?
My sister in Christ, how? I mean, a simple no would have sufficed, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm impressed. How do you even accomplish this? I mean, it's unfathomable. All right, it might be fathomable, because in like a Tom and Jerry type situation, you cut in the grass, you got tune force, you know what I'm saying? So you don't run into the pole, you just start going up it, and then bam, it got stuck. That's crazy work, fam.
I need to see a video on just how this happened. Maybe that's why cutting grass was always a man's job.
I'm actually trying to pull some strings to get in the Ferrari. I'm pushing my luck.
Let's reverse slowly.
Easy to drive.
Come on. Reverse slowly.
Would you like to inspect the Ferrari? Go.
Oh, come on, there's a brake pedal for a reason.
All men in the world disappear. About half a day, the power grid fails from lack of proper operation. 94% of operators are men. Day 2, everyone has realized that no one will be supplying shop. 84% of truck drivers are men. Panic looting begins. With next to no law enforcement, 83% of police officers are men. By that night, backup systems have failed and all utilities shut down completely. No water, no electricity, no gas, no telecommunications. Women will resort to lighting candles and building makeshift open pit fires for heating and cooking, leading inevitably to building blazes, which in the absence of almost all firefighters, 89% of which are men. Day 3, apocalyptic scenario. Fires that had started the previous evening are still raging across cities worldwide. Think of smoke as compounded by rotting garbage and human waste, which, in the absence of water pressure, has been often just dumped outside of buildings. Millions of women by this point have already...
Seems like women need men more than they realize. This is extremely painful to watch. How did she even pass elementary school with these problem-solving skills?
Look at their faces. You know, when I was a kid growing up in the beautiful state of North Carolina, it was really tough for a young man if he had a mama with a fat. More importantly, we used to joke on each other. I'll talk about your mama, you talk about my mama, but nobody could prove that, right? Nowadays, these women with teenage sons have no shame about their whole past. They have no shame about letting people know.
Look at their faces.
They are disgusted with their mother, especially the daughter. Look at her. Look at son. He can't believe his mama acting like this on the internet. But more importantly, he can't even do about it, because she pays the bill. He got YN thoughts going on right now. Look at her daughter's face.
Not only is she embarrassing her son, but she's also setting a bad example for her daughter. And I know for a fact she doesn't want her daughter to make the same mistakes that she did.
I don't need a man, part 1. Oh my god, I need a man. Second attempt of I don't need a man. Oh my god, I need a man.
Well, she changed her mind pretty quickly, all because she couldn't cut wood. Wow, just wow.
Your favorite dish? My favorite dish? I like mugs because they're very comfortable in your hand and they hold the hot things that you don't have to touch. So, you know, coffee or hot.
Well, I guess a mug is a dish, but that's not the type of answer that we're looking for.
So many women can't have lives because they're taking care of their mothers. Sons are doing the same thing. It's called being a son husband. They don't want to leave because mama is alone. Mama ain't had no man. So these kids end up living around their mama because their mama is an unsufferable biznatch who could not ever decide to get with a man, and don't nobody want to leave and go off and live a life because they don't want mama to die by themselves. So they end up living near guilted into making their mother's life, and they don't even have a life.
Parents really need to understand how much of an impact they have on their kids' lives. If they get that, it could lead to a much better future for us all.
You lose your money tomorrow. If you go broke, because everybody know that tomorrow you can lose it all.
For sure.
What else do you have? Your personality from what you're saying is trash. Your mindset, what you're saying right now of a woman is trash. How you're talking about how we should carry ourselves as a woman is trash. So what else do you have if you lose it all?
Okay, so my mindset about women is very good. My mindset about masculine is trash. And there's a difference. I love black women. My mother was one. My grandmother was one. I love them. But these motherfuckers, modern, independent, strong motherfuckers want to act like niggas. Oh yeah, my mindset for them hoes is trash. I love a goddamn submissive, soft, feminine, black, smart, sexy, intriguing black woman. These goddamn ratchet ass skinny hoes that listen to the Sexy Red every day. Michelle Obama. Let the church say amen.
So what I'm trying to say is, what is your submissive?
Masculine woman. Okay, let me help you out a little bit, okay? A woman that's submissive is supposed to be okay to be in her feminine self and her soft girl energy. No, understanding that the man is the head of the household and that is the leader. Understanding that she is there to complement his actions and be his helpmate into whatever direction he may go. Understanding that, you know what, if I'm driving the car, the woman has the GPS. Okay, that's what I mean. When I talk about y'all masculine motherfucker, y'all over in the motherfucking passenger seat grabbing the goddamn wheel. Don't be on side of the goddamn road, fuck masculine. Stay in your goddamn place.
That was a pretty good example that he just used. If I'm the one behind the wheel, you should help me out by doing other things, not fighting me over the wheel. Where's the drifting happening? I'm still waiting to see them drift.
So a little while ago when I was saying that I'm a homebody, there was a whole bunch of girls in my comments talking about, well, while you're sitting at home being boring, your man is going to be out cheating with women that like to be out. Okay? So let's take that logic. And let's take the inverse of it, right? So if you're the type of girl who always want to be out, brunches with the girls, drinks with the girls, day parties, rooftop parties, hookah lounges, happy hours, and girls trips, what exactly do you think your man is doing? By taking the inverse of your logic, your man is cheating with a woman who is more than happy being at home with him. I didn't say it. Y'all did.
She ain't wrong. With that logic, everyone would be getting cheated on.
In 2025, I'm dating for money, not love.
Shocking. What a truly unexpected shift in priorities.
Sorry, I'm dating for money, not love.
I wonder what the end goal there is.
I have always entered relationships with like a 50-50 mindset. Like I'm always ready for like equality, even though there is no equality because we live in a patriarchy. So why am I acting equal?
Oh, goody. The buzzword patriarchy was used, the favorite term of those who try to use that particular phrase to justify their illogical positions.
I've never ever thought that I would be the type of person who would want to date someone for money, but dating for love isn't working. I'm not enjoying myself, and transparently, inflation is crazy.
Let's all take a moment to appreciate the irony of individuals who complain about the patriarchy and equality, yet want to date specifically for money so that they can be completely or almost completely dependent on a man. How does that work, logically?
I only have a few good years left in me. Like, I am going to use them for what they're worth.
Rather sounds like someone is trying to sell goods on the market rather than find a relationship. Yes, feminism has come so far, hasn't it, that it's actually gone backwards.
I'm sorry, there's no justification for being a gold digger. I hope she finds her heart one day.
We want equality. So you'll give the father of your child 50-50 custody? Oh, no, not like that.
They want equality only when it's in their favor. What a shame. I don't think that'd make you park better, and I also don't think that you should have a license if you're doing that.
I've had somebody in my office tell me that she was leaving her husband and she's going to go through with it because even though I may say it's biblically wrong, she feels complete peace about it. And my answer was, Jonah felt so much peace he was asleep on the boat. And he got hurled over. I wouldn't let your subjective feel, and besides that, if you're at peace rebelling against God, that doesn't tell me you're in good shape. That tells me you're beyond feeling. Yeah. And so I think the pursuing of holiness in these matters is very important to help people understand.
Sometimes you need to look at your situation as a whole before making huge decisions, because you can never take them back.
Accountability is basically the antithesis of feminism. And I also think that masculinity represents accountability. A lot of times in male-dominated spaces, there's a lot of accountability. But whereas women-dominated spaces, you bend the rules, you allow certain things to go past, and you allow a lot more inefficiency because of the emotions to take place. And while that's great in some aspects when it's complemented with masculinity, because I don't want people to get the vibe that we're just dogging on femininity. Right. We're dogging on the fact that feminism doesn't hold people accountable and doesn't ever protect women's actual mental stability. It just encourages mental instability because feminism profits off of that mental instability. There are also toxic versions of, like, toxic femininity really does exist, and feminism doesn't allow us to talk about that. All the places where femininity can get hijacked are where masculinity needs to come back in and restabilize.
Love it. Love that.
Accountability really matters these days, but a lot of people seem to ignore it. Hopefully one day this can change, especially amongst feminists.
Why do you think certain women actually can't appreciate that good man that they actually said that they wanted?
I think it's kind of hard to appreciate something you've never seen a true example of. A lot of women grow up in households to where a real man is not there. They watch their mama cycle through men who living off their mama, who they paying his car note, he's sleeping on her couch, things of that nature, and then they go out and date what's familiar. And sometimes what's familiar can be detrimental as hell to you, but it's comfortable at the same time. Because this is all I know, right? So when I run into a man who's quote unquote good, he doing I ain't never seen. He's showing me things that are uncomfortable for me. I'm used to toxicity. My mama had a toxic man. My auntie had a toxic man. My sister had a toxic man. My baby daddy was a toxic man. So again, if that's all I've ever seen, if I run into something that foreign, I'm gonna be a little uncomfortable with that. So a lot of women, and unfortunately, a lot of women gotta lose a great man to learn how to appreciate him.
Most of the time, it does start at home, and having a good father figure can definitely help with that as well. Maybe it's a good thing that she has a boyfriend. Without him, we might not even be able to see this video.
Why are you trying to bash me for learning from my mistakes and trying not to repeat them? Nothing is more frustrating than when men start trying to devalue you because you're a single mom and now you have higher standards. It's like they want you to keep making the same mistakes. It's like, okay,
if you're a single mom and you learn from your mistake, right? And you raise your standards and you want better. You really can't expect better to really want you. Because if you expect better to want you, then you're not better for them. At that point, they will be settling for you. A lot of single moms, they want, especially the young ones, they want a man without children to come in and play stepdad. It doesn't work like that. Now, it's different if he's a sucker. You're his only option. He don't really got options like that and cool, but y'all be wanting better to come in and you're not the better option for him. It does not make sense for a man that does not have children to come in and play that role. And like I said before, they're not willing to compromise. They want a man without children to come in and deal with them when they have children. The guy in the comments said, find a single dad. Men have standards too. She said, nah. Like you honestly have so many options. And then she says, some don't care why y'all acting like stepdads don't exist. And this is why I tell single moms to stay away from dating until you find the right one. Because the internet has a lot of women thinking that just because a man he'll hit you, he'll crack you, he'll use you for your body, they think that's a true option. That's not an option. A lot of guys aren't willing to sit here and sit down with you and raise your son or daughter with you when they have none. It doesn't work like that.
We see this even with women that don't have kids. They always try to go for a man that is high value when they're not high value themselves. After this, she might as well go return her high school diploma, because obviously she doesn't deserve it.
How many men no longer open the door for women?
Well, who caused that though? Who killed chivalry? I think, me personally, I think some women killed chivalry because I'm gonna tell you why. Let me before you talk, bro. Let me say my piece. The reason why I say that, because, and I could have men that can attest to this, when men try to do those nice things, open the door for a woman, slide her chair for her, these men are called, oh, he's too soft. Or when a man give women roses, he's too, bro, it happens. I have men that can attest to this.
It's either you make fun of nice men or you date them. You can't have both.
If we date, I need you to know that I'm not protecting you because I think that you're weak. I'm protecting you because you are the most valuable thing that I have. And I will never let anything happen to you. Let that one sink in, my thing.
Something tells me that a certain someone will be taking a break from the internet, and that someone is not me. How can you even achieve this type of stupidity? This is insane.
Soon as a woman calls herself independent, that's a red flag to me. We don't like independent women. We do like self-sufficient women, but there's a major difference between the two. We don't mind self-sufficiency. A woman that has her own career, her own place, cars, money, businesses, we don't mind that. But the minute you start to idolize your independence is where we see red flags, because there's a certain spirit that comes along with that. It's the I don't need anybody paradigm. Let's flip it. How would women feel if they met a man and every time he spoke, he sounded like, I pay my own bills and they're all in my name. I live on my own. I don't need nobody. She'd probably say like, bro, you're an adult. You're supposed to do that. Like, are you good? Like, is there a chip on your shoulder? Like, but even deeper to the point, I'll never make my woman feel like I don't need her. Can you imagine how I would look to a woman who liked me if I walked around shouting how independent I am or how I don't need anybody? Like, imagine how that would make her feel. Nah.
And that's why a lot of these quote-unquote independent women stay single, because they don't know how to make their man feel wanted. That mouse will be coming back the next day. That won't stop him.
Love, you've got an electric car, mate. That's how you can tell it's a rental. They don't actually understand that it's electric. They don't take petrol. Mate, what's she honestly doing? Mate, I reckon that you should...
The fact that they were just going to let her fill that charge port with gasoline restores my faith in humanity. You guys have made it to the end of the video. Make sure to like and subscribe to prove you're an alpha. And remember, according to YouTube, the best way to help the channel in the algorithm is to watch another one of my videos right after this video. So if you like this video, you might as well watch another one. Till next time.